Hey everybody, I'm just making a quick video tonight. I got kind of like a channel update thing going on. There's a few things I want to talk about, and I figured just get them all through in one video, get it all out of the way. First thing, I've been working on these guys. These are flying stands for my Tau army. Normally I don't like basing my flying stands. I really prefer them clear, kind of give that illusion of flight. But last time I played a game, I pulled these out and I realized they were so scratched up that they basically weren't clear anymore anyway. So I went ahead and based them. Very simple, some sand. Of course, I do use super glue exclusively on the rock and sand. The flock is just done with white glue. It's still wet. But yeah, I think they look pretty good. I always like the combination of the colors as flock with the blue I use in my Tau army. So yeah, that's what I've been working on for the last couple days. Currently I'm painting this Ethereal. It's fine cast. So I'm going to talk about him for a minute. He's just really, right now, he's just got a base, a wash, and then a single layer on him. So he's more than playable, more than tabletop, but he's still got some work to do. Add some more layers to stuff. I just want to say this is probably the most annoying fine cast model I've actually ever had. It wasn't so much there was a lot of bubbles, but it's just where they were, and most of the bubbles, most of the problems right here on this hand. This hand was basically missing, and it was reconstructed with several layers of liquid green stuff. To the point where it doesn't look so bad right now. It actually looks like a hand, but before it looked like a skeleton because the fingers were just really thin. But just building up the layers of liquid green stuff really returned that to norm. I mean, there's a couple bubbles in other places, but they were insignificant compared to what the hand was. So it wasn't a lot of bubbles, it was just in a really bad place, which is, like I said, this is probably the worst fine cast model I've ever had as far as fixing it. Yeah, so, but anyway, I'm working on him, got the base more or less done. I eventually want to try out, I still haven't played an Ethereal yet, I still want to try out like an infantry horde of orcs and fire warriors. So what else is going on? I did make some additions or changes to the Dakkajet conversion. Basically what I did was I ran around the entire body and added these recessed rivets like on the patch panels. And that really, and then some brass etching. So these are forge rolled brass etch bits. Kind of good on here and there. But you can see how that really changed it, really broke up the big areas of flat gray boringness, and that really helped with the overall look of it. And it was quite tedious. It wasn't hard, it was just tedious just going over and drilling all those holes without going through. It's actually very tricky to get that just right. But unfortunately this is probably going to be put off for a month or so. I do have to finish my Savage Orks for a tournament at the end of June, so the next 4 weeks is going to be concentrating on the last 16 Savage Orks. So that's where we're going model-wise. I'll just leave that here in the frame, because it's just that cool. What else is going on? I do have a Twitter. have had Twitter for a while. I just haven't really been using it. But I've decided to just kind of, I've been using it a lot more lately. It's definitely not exclusively wargaming, so if you don't want to listen to things about other subjects, then don't need to follow. But if you want to, I do post updates, pictures and stuff for both my Warhammer. If I do go to tournaments, if I ever do get a chance to go to tournaments, I'm definitely be posting updates on Twitter in the middle of the tournament and stuff. But again, I do talk a lot about other subjects, non-wargaming, politics, religion, all the other stuff you're not supposed to talk about in friendly company. So, but the link will be down below. If you want to follow, great. If not, that's fine too, I understand. What else is going on? Oh, the biggest thing that was Talking About Orks. I've been trying to get back into it. I've written a couple episodes dealing with other codexes. I'm going to put an orc in this is a mega knob, which I have to paint. It's the actual Twin Link Shooter mega knob. So I've been looking for these on eBay off and on. They can get quite spendy, even more so than the ones that you can get with the combi weapons, because I want more of these. Anyway, talking about orcs, I'm going to be doing at least a video on the Tau Codex and the Dark Angels Codex. But past that, I'm kind of starting to lose my inspiration to do them, mainly because there's a very good chance that there's going to be a new Orc Codex within a year. And it's just a lot of time and effort to do something that's going to be outdated, probably before I'm even done with it. So please give me some feedback on this, on how much of this you really want me to do, because I don't mind doing it if I can find the time, but if I'm still not sure if I want to put the effort in and then just have to start over again from scratch. 6 months ago, somebody said, yeah, there's going to be an Orc Codex in maybe late 2013 or early 2014. I would have laughed. But the last 6 months, the way GW's been releasing stuff, I'm no longer questioning when the next Orc Codex is coming out. Because, I mean, if it would be, if it was like January 2014, it would be exactly 6 years on the current codex, which is not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. So I do have the scripts written for Tau Codex and Dark Ages Codex. I just got to have it finished. I got to refine them and get those done. But they are coming. Past that, though, I'm not sure yet. I would like to at least do all the new codexes, all the 6th edition codexes. I don't know about doing anything older than that, or going on with other units. It's just really up in the air right now. So if you subscribe to me for the Talking About Orks series, please let me know what you want me to do. I'm really indecisive about this. Hey, one more thing I wanted to add. I almost forgot. Future projects. I've got two. I know more indecisiveness. I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do for allies for both Orcs and Tau. And, I'm kind of interested in the Eldar, but I really don't have the finances to just dive into Eldar right now. So what I'm thinking about doing is spending time building some Chaos Space Marine allies for my Orcs and some Space Wolf allies for my Tau. I already have a bunch of Space Wolves. I've got a box of Thunder Wolves. I got like 25 power armor guys. And Space Wolves are an excellent ally to Tau, I think. Depending on and you can run them in several ways. You can just run them as pure shooty and give some Tau allies, or you can run Tau mainly and then get some close combat Thunderwolf support for the Tau. It's really plus, of course, the Rune Beast is probably the best psychic defense you can get, especially dealing with psychic powers for both Chaos and Eldar. Having that 4-up runic weapon thing is really going to be important in a competitive environment. So I think I'm going to be really concentrating after my Savage Orcs are done. I'm really going to get into painting my Space Wolves to go with the Tau. And actually I could even run Space Wolves with the Orcs. They are desperate allies, but I've done it before. And it was kind of fun. But then I'm going to be working on some Slaaneshi Chaos. I do have the Slaanesh Lord I painted kind of as a prototype. So I can use him as an HQ for a Sorcerer or a Lord or whatever else I want to use. And of course go some Noise Marines for Blastmaster and a Helldrake. And I think that's the route I'm going to go with further allies for the Orcs. Because Tau just doesn't bring as much to the Orc army as it did before the old Codex. Basically, adding broadsides, the old Strength 10 broadsides to the Orc army, was just absolutely amazing. It was the perfect fit, the perfect thing to make up for deficiencies in the Orc Codex. Though Fusion Blasters are definitely not something to discount. I could add in, some Crisis Suits with Fusion Blasters to take care of things that the old Railguns used to do. But those is kind of like a suicide situation there. So it may not be the best thing to do, but it's still a good way to add a massive number of Meltaguns to an Orc army, more than probably any other ally can do. But I want to try something a little different, so that's why I'm going to go with the Chaos Space Marine route. Get some, because I got all this stuff from Dark Vengeance, which is where the Chaos Lord came from. I have all the Cultists, and I have all the Chosen, which I can paint up to be just regular Space Marines or Noise Marines, whatever. But yeah, so after the Savage Orcs are done and the OFCC Fantasy is done, I'm going to start working on the Dakkajet, which really won't take that long. because I'm going to be using the airbrush. It's going to look basically the same paint job as my other Dakkajet. And then I'm going to start getting really heavily into building and painting ally forces, which I still think is the best, absolute best part of 6th edition, from both the gaming, for everybody, for the collector, for the hobbyist, for the gamer, and for GW themselves, because they sell more stuff without having to, so you can get some variety, try new things without having to spend a lot of money, but you're still spending some money. So I think allies are absolutely amazing. So anyway, now that's going to finish this update. I'll talk to you guys later.